All right, let's all come to child's pose. So kiss the toes together and bring the knees as wide as your mat, the edges of your mat, and bring the forehead down. Starting in a child's pose position, letting the belly release, shins to the mat, arms stretching long, and close the eyes. Start to tune into your breath as we set the intention for the practice. Noticing your inhales and exhales. Can you increase the length of inhales and exhales? Get a little more light over here. Deepening the breath. Hafiz, the Sufi poet, says, even after all this time, the sun never says to the earth, you owe me. Look at what happens with a love like that. It lights up the whole sky. So letting this loyalty to others, but also to yourselves, to your yoga practice, be the intention for this morning. Just take one more breath in your child's pose, and then slowly start to roll yourself up, bringing your hands towards your knees so you can sit on your shins. So on your shins, you could have the toes tucked or untucked. You could also just come to a seated cross-legged position. We're going to do a breathing exercise called alternate nostril breathing together, Nadi Shodhana. So this breath really helps to balance the circulation and clear the circulation channels to balance the nervous system and the left and right side of the brain, because we're working with left and right side nostril in an isolated manner. So you're going to use your thumb, your right hand, your thumb, keeping your index and middle finger down, and your ring finger. I'll demonstrate, and you can kind of go with me the first couple rounds, and then you'll be able to just settle in and do about 8 on your own. So you close off your right nostril and breathe through the left. Then use the ring finger to close both, and just pause for a moment, kind of with both closed, with the breath retained. Then open the right side, thumb comes off, breathe out the right side. Inhale back through the same side. Close the thumb, so both are closed for a moment, and then again, remove the ring finger to exhale. You always inhale through the side you just exhaled, so inhale. Both are closed, and then the thumb. So once you have the hang of that, you can close the eyes, you can shift the weight if the seat is uncomfortable, and just go about 8 more rounds. See if you can smooth out the breath. If this is causing any anxiety, just come to Ujjayi breath. If you can't breathe through your nose because you're congested, just do your best. Be sure you're sitting up tall, about 3 more rounds. After the next round, you can start to release that. Just returning to your Ujjayi breath. And let's move back into a child's pose variation, puppy pose. So this time hips and knees are in line, and reach the arms forward, chest comes down, chin or forehead to the mat. You can take some little hip sways left and right, or forehead sways. You could bring the elbows down and bend them and press the palms together overhead. 3 more rounds of breath here. If you'd like to use some music on my playlist, you can go ahead and start it now. And then if your hands are lifted, bring them back down and press into the mat with your finger pads. Really claw your hands. Lift the elbows and the forearms and start to draw your chest through all the way towards the thumbs. So feet stay down, shins stay down. Cobra, variation of Cobra Sphinx. So forearms are down. Inhale, pull the chest, the heart through. Squeezing shoulder blades behind the back. Tops of the feet are pressing into the earth. Inhale, rise up onto your knees again, a forearm tabletop. So forearms are like the number 11, parallel with each other. Elbows are under the shoulders. There's a tendency for them to splay out. Try to keep them here. Press into the palms. Inhale, lift, tabletop. Exhale, lower. That's a little type of push-up for your trap muscles. Keep going. Inhale, tabletop. Exhale, forearm tabletop. Twice more. Move with your breath. Everybody coming into tabletop and stay here. We're going to do a little bit of glute work from tabletop. So lift your right knee and start to circle it around, big circle with the right leg. Switch the direction that you're circling. You can start slow and then begin to go a little faster. And then everybody extend the right leg behind you, toes to the earth. So right toes down, press the heel back to get a calf stretch. Reach the crown of head forward. Stay still, or maybe just a little shift of the weight. Heel forward and back, feeling the palms of the hands and the fingertips taking a little more weight. Find stillness and lift the right heel so it's in line with the hip. Reach the left arm forward alongside the ear. Finding balance, stretch your fingers, stretch your toes, and then go a little higher with your heel and your hand. So thumb is reaching to the sky, little pulse, just a small movement for 4, for 3, for 2, for 1. Left hand down. Tap the right toe outside of the right side of the mat, and then up and over to the left. So toe taps with a long, strong right leg. Again, feeling those glutes engaged. We'll come back to this later in the practice. Just find that motion. Maybe one more tap to each side, and the next time you're crossing the right foot to the left, bend the knee and bring it behind the left. So your knees are lined up, bring your shins and your ankles away from each other, and start to walk back. You might need to make some adjustments in your thighs and your hips, maybe sitting on a block. One sit bone might be a little elevated, that's okay. Knee pile, a pretty intense hip opener. Reach the arms high and interlace, grabbing for opposite elbows. So one forearm on top, framing the face, kind of pulling the arms away from each other to open the chest. Find one more slow, steady breath here. And then walk the hands back to the mat, tabletop, release that, and take some cat-cows between sides. Close the eyes, undulate the spine. Two more times. Starting to pause in the neutral spine for tabletop. Left leg lift, circle it out. Opening up the hip joint, keeping the shoulders square. Index fingers pointing forward. Right hip stable, don't let it splay to the right. And then reverse. Switch directions. Extend the left toes behind you and plant them to the mat. So left leg is straight, right knee stays bent. Stillness or a little rock forward and back. All right, pause. Inhale, lift the left leg. Reach the right arm forward, opposite arm and leg. Draw the belly in, the rib cage in. Little pulses a little higher with the heel and the hand. Just an inch or two. For 3, for 2, for 1. Right hand down, and then the left toe taps wide. Take it left and take it right. Next time your left leg is crossing to the right, bend the knee, slide it behind the right leg. Walk your shins a little wider and walk yourself back into that seat. Knee pile. Again, one hip bone might be up a little bit. See as best you can to even it out. Your knee might be really high. That's okay. Inhale the arms up. See if you can switch which forearm is on top. Grabbing again for opposite elbows. Sit tall, 3 breaths. Release it, walk into tabletop. And then take the forearms down, forearm tabletop, we've been here before, and go through some rounds of forearm cat, cow. A little more subtle movement. It's a different stretch of the spine. Imagine the action coming from the hips rather than the head will follow. One round left. Neutralize the spine. And then step your right toes to the back of the mat and left toes to the back of the mat. Forearm plank. Roll your heels to the right. Inhale back to center. Roll your heels to the left. Inhale back to center. Now we're going to add on heels to the right. You could angle your right forearm, left hand to the sky. Lift the hips. Side plank variation. Lower the left forearm, maybe at an angle. Hand towards center of mat. Heels to the left. Right hand reaches, stacking shoulders, stacking hips. Lift the hips higher. Forearm back down. Hips stable in the center, knees down. Plant the palms downward, facing dog. Take about 10 breaths to move and explore in your first down dog of this practice. Pedal the legs, shake the head, walk it out. Start to find a more still downward facing dog. And start to walk your toes and your hands towards each other, coming towards a forward fold in the middle of your mat. Bend the knees as generously as you need to. Inhale for a halfway lift here, long spine. Exhale to fold again. Inhale, rise all the way in mountain pose. Grab opposite elbows as your hands bend, just like we did earlier, and lean to the right, keeping your feet strong on the mat. Inhale, back to center. Lean to the left. Inhale, back to center. Release the arms and bend the knees. Get really soft here. You're going to sweep the arms back as your chest comes down, and then you'll inhale and lift. Just start to gather momentum. Like a rag doll as you fall, inhale as you rise. Take it at your own pace, just waking up the body, letting it be loose. Big exhale as you shoot the arms back and the knees bend. 4 more times. Meeting in a forward fold when you feel ready. Ragdoll pose, grabbing opposite elbows, knees bend and soften, head heavy. And start to walk your hands towards the top of the mat, feet to the back of the mat, plank pose. The first optional vinyasa, let's all lower knees, bend the elbows, chest and chin towards the mat. Untuck the toes, inhale for cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. From down dog, inhale, right leg high, three-legged down dog. Bend knee, open it up, scorpion dog, roll the ankle around. Shake it out a little bit. And then re-extend your right heel, right leg long. Draw the knee towards the nose. Three-legged down dog. Two more times, knee towards nose, shift the weight forward. Exhale, three-legged dog. Knee towards nose. Three-legged down dog. This time, step it all the way through between the hands, maybe inch it forward to get into a runner's lunge. So tenting your fingers like a spider. Inhale, lift and hover the fingertips. Your chest comes off the thighs. Once you have your balance, rise up, high lunge. Same arm variation, grab opposite elbows. And a little lean to the right. Subtle so that you don't fall over. Inhale to center. Little lean to the left. Inhale back to center. Bring the hands to your hip creases and find pyramid. So walk your back foot in, folding over two straight legs. Using your hands to guide your hips to stay square. Left hip forward, right hip back. Hands can move to blocks or water bottles or your shin. Relax the head. One more inhale. Left foot steps to the top of the mat. Bend the left knee, left hand down, right hand high for a twisted forward fold. You could bend the right elbow and wrap it behind the back. And release. Fold forward. Half lift, lengthening the spine. Plant the palms, step or hop back with bent elbows and go through your vinyasa. Knees, chest, chin, or your first chaturanga. Cobra or upward facing dog. Make your way to down dog. Inhale, left leg high, bend the knee, open it up. Heel towards glute, scorpion dog, shake it out a little. And then re-extend the left leg long, squaring off the hips. Draw your knee towards your nose. Exhale, press it back. Twice more. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, re-extend. One more. This time you step it all the way through. Inhale, left foot plants. Release the fingertips from the ground. Get really light. And then with that strong core action, rise up, high lunge. Maybe heel to your left foot wider, shoulders over the hips. Grab for opposite elbows. Each time you do that, see if you can switch which hand is on top or which forearm is on top. Little gentle lean left. Challenging the balance, center. Little lean to the right, stretching the side body. Center, hands to the hips, pyramid. Back foot walks in as much as you need. And then we begin to fold for the hamstring stretch. You can have your feet as wide as you need. That back foot can walk in as much as you want. Look towards the top of the mat. Step your right foot to meet the left. Bend the right knee deeply. Right hand down, left hand towards the sky. Maybe the left elbow bends. And release. Two hands down, flat back. Plant the palms and pause in plank position. Inhale, strong here. Exhale, heels to the left, left hand down, reach the right hand high. So we've been here before from our forearms, side plank. Maybe you stack the right foot on top of the left. Maybe you come back down to the forearms or bring your left knee down for support. Inhale, right hand back to center, plank. Between sides, you can lower the knees. You could lower the elbows and take a push-up. Heels to the right, left hand sweeps high. Maybe you stack left foot on top of the right. Lift the hips higher, stretch the left fingertips. Slowly, left hand comes down. Press back down dog or finish with the vinyasa. Take a full round of breath in down dog. Exhale, let it go. Inhale, reach the right leg high, and then walk your hands to your foot, to your left foot. Standing splits at the back of the mat. Head is heavy, lift your right heel higher. Maybe stay here or bend the right knee, heel towards the scorpion, open your standing splits. Maybe your left hand reaches for the right foot, finding a little bind. If you have the bind, release, re-extend that right leg. And everybody, one-legged mountain, right leg high at the back of the mat. Inhale the arms up, right knee lifts. Just a little step forward. So right foot steps down, finding your balance again. Sweep the arms back and bend the knees. Inhale, lift tall. Keep going. Exhale as you lower. Inhale as you reach. You could be on your back toe or your heel could be down. 2 more. Next time you come down, bring your left knee to the earth. Low lunge. Walk your right foot a little further forward. Sweep the arms up overhead and grab opposite elbow. Now you can lean a little deeper as you take the side stretch because your left knee is supporting your balance. Inhale, center, back over to the left. Inhale, center, hands to the hips, and the right knee comes down next to the left. So we're kneeling here. Sweep the arms forward and bring your hips back. Reach the fingers forward. Inhale, stand back up. 2 more times like that. A little chair pose action. 1 more time. And stand up. Plant the palms, tabletop. Your vinyasa or straight into downward facing dog. You can always skip the flow. You can always find child's pose where we began the practice. When you're ready in down dog, take a full exhale. A big inhale. And maybe an audible exhale before we begin the left side. Inhale, left heel high. Stay in the 3-legged dog and walk your hands to your foot towards the back of the mat. Standing foot. Stay here or bend the left knee, open the left hip, and reach back for the bind. Scorpion standing split. Release the grip if you have it. Strong through that right leg. Sweep the left knee, left thigh high, 1-legged mountain. When you have the balance, inhale, lift, and then exhale, just step the left foot down. Bend the knees, sweep the arms back, inhale, lift high. Keep going. Like we started to warm up the chest from our first mountain pose, just find that momentum. 1 more time, and then we stay down. Slowly, slowly, the right knee descends into your low lunge. Walk the left foot a little further forward to give you more space. Sweep the arms overhead and grab for opposite elbows. The back toe can be tucked or untucked. Lean to the left with the left elbow. Stretch the right side body. Inhale through center, grow tall, and then stretch through the rib cage, the left side body. Inhale back to center. Hands to the hips. 2 hands, 2 knees down. 2 hands down. Go through a little side cat-cow, looking to your right, looking to your left, bumping the hips side to side. And then when you're ready, make a choice to go through another vinyasa or just step back, downward facing dog. From your downward facing dog, look towards your hands. Bend your knees, walk or hop softly towards the top of the mat. Inhale for a half lift. Exhale to release. Inhale for mountain pose. Press the palms together and pull them to your heart. Close your eyes, take a round of breath. We're gonna go through a sun salutation, sun B. So you can keep your feet wide or you can bring your toes to touch. Chair pose, sink your hips down, arms along the ear. Inhale here. Exhale, fold forward. Little half lift. Step or lightly hop back, plank. Vinyasa or dog. From down dog, the right leg lifts. Exhale, step it through. Warrior one. So step the right foot wide, left heel down. Inhale, arms up. Reach taller. Exhale, hands plant. Step back, plank, vinyasa, or press to down dog. Moving to the left side. When you're ready, inhale, left leg high. Step into warrior one. So left foot plants where the left hand was, right heel comes down. Inhale, the arms sweep high. Exhale, hands plant. Step back. Go through your flow or meet in downward facing dog. Full cycle of breath in down dog. Exhale, let it go. Slowly lower the knees to tabletop. We're going to prepare for dolphin. So bring your forearms down. We've already been doing some forearm planks. You can stay here or you can interlace your hands if that feels more supportive. Again, just make sure the tendency for the elbows to splay out doesn't happen. So draw them in. Tuck the toes, and when you're ready, lift the hips, straightening the legs. Like down dog in your lower body, dolphin. You can tiptoe your feet closer to your head for more intensity. We're going to take dolphin a second time in the practice. So this round, just keep your feet on the earth. 3 slow breaths. Stretch your heels back, reach crown of head forward. All right, start to walk your feet back, coming into a forearm plank. Holding forearm plank, hips, shoulders in line. 1 slow breath. And then descend the thighs, the hips for Sphinx pose. Tops of feet on the mat, pull the heart through. And release, forehead or ear to the ground. Bump your hips left and right to release the lower back. Maybe bend the knees and windshield wiper the legs side to side. When you're ready, legs long, press the palms, downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg lifts, high lunge. Step the right foot forward. You've been here before, strong and steady. Inhale, one-legged mountain, press off the back leg, left leg lifts. Kick your left heel forward. See if you can straighten the left leg. Rebend. It's a lot of work. Press the left heel and rebend. One more time. Press and straighten, lift the left toes, and then tilt into warrior 3. Hinging your hips, reaching your arms forward. You fall out, come back in, trying to find your balance. Squaring off the hips. One more inhale to reach. Exhale, step back, high lunge, left foot lands. Just a transition pose. Find 2 feet on the ground and then open up, warrior 2. Right arm forward, left arm back, stretching open. Flip the front palm, reach forward, reverse warrior. And then straighten the right leg, reverse triangle. Inhale, arms up for star pose, heels in and toes out. Press the palms together, bend the knees, goddess squat. Inhale, rise up, star. Hands to the hips, parallel the feet, and take a wide-legged forward fold of choice. You could interlace the hands here. You could walk the arms forward or to the opposite feet or the same foot. 5 breaths. Begin to curl your hands under your chest, wherever your variations hit you. And then take a half lift to lengthen the spine. Walk your hands to the top of the mat. Step your right foot back. Vinyasa or downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg high, high lunge. One-legged mountain. Big transition, right leg lifts. Now see if you can press your heel forward to straighten your right leg and rebend. Again, press toes to the sky. Rebend. Last time, press and hold. And keep a strong, straight leg as you move into warrior 3. Straight arm, straight leg. A lot of work for that left ankle. Right toes facing the earth. You could find a little bend to the left knee if you feel like you're hyperextending. We step back to high lunge. So bend the left knee, right foot steps back. Warrior 2. Maybe widen your stance, left knee over ankle, shoulders over hips. Settling in here, stretching through fingertips across the chest. Left palm flips, reach forward, and with that space, reverse side body stretch. Straighten the left leg, feel that release. Inhale, arms up, star pose, heels in and toes out. One squat, press the palms, get low. Inhale, straighten back up. And then your choice of forward fold again, or if you have a lot of energy and you'd like to go upside down, you can take a headstand. Again, 5 breaths. Pouring more weight into the toes, getting light in the heels. Maybe you widen the stance a little more here. Last 3 breaths. Begin to walk the hands into the chest. So lengthen the spine and walk the hands to the top of the mat. Step back, plank. And then everybody lower your knees down, your shins down, but bring them together. So knees, ankles in line, hips to the heels, embryo pose, a variation of child's pose. Forehead down, and this time the arms are alongside the shins with the palms up. A different release in your shoulders. 8 to 10 breaths here. If you need water or any other adjustments, take that, but make sure to find some stillness as well. Notice the quality of breath. Can you slow it down? Can you breathe a little deeper? Last 2 breaths. Begin to exit embryo, reaching the arms in front of you, coming into the tabletop first, making some space between the knees, tucking toes, downward facing dog. Our next standing sequence starts the same way as the last one. So when you're ready, right leg high, high lunge. One-legged mountain, left knee lifts. Kick back into warrior 3. This time it's just a transition pose. We won't hold it quite as long. And bring your hands down to your blocks or the mat, standing splits at the top of the mat now. And we add the toe taps from the beginning of practice. Tap your left toes wide to the left, up and over to the right, maybe touching the edge of your mat or even off the mat. Nice and slow. Once more to each side. Next time your left leg is to the right, slide behind the right leg. So outer edges of both feet are touching. A variation on a forward fold. Head heavy. Step the left foot next to the right. And heel toe your feet a little bit wider, almost as wide as the mat. Bend your left knee, left hand down, right hand high. We've done this twist before. Start to walk your left hand towards your right leg a little bit deeper. And then bend your right knee, right hand down, walk it to the left toes, left hand to the sky. Hold each side and then the other, or maybe you start to pedal the knees and cross hand to opposite foot, going a little faster, twisting the torso. For 4, 3, 2, and let that go. Heel toe the feet back to center. Take a half lift, reset the spine. Plant the palms and step back, down dog, warrior vinyasa. Left leg lifts, high lunge. Gonna look familiar for the start. Super strong, one-legged mountain, right leg high. Warrior 3. Hands to the floor or to your blocks, standing splits. And then add the toe taps, right toe, taps to the left and the right. You can slightly bend the left knee. You can have your hands on a table or some sort of prop. Next time your left leg is coming to, or the right leg is coming to the left, line up the outer edges of your toes, your pinky toes, your heels, and take that forward fold with the legs crossed. Bring the right foot next to the left. Bend the knees deeply, laying the chest on the thighs. And then inhale for a half lift, reset. Plant the palms and step to plank. Just hold plank. All right, lower the right forearm and lower the left forearm, forearm plank. Press into your right palm and your left palm. Push up position. Lower the left forearm, lower the right forearm. Press the left palm, press the right palm. Keep going without the hips moving too much from forearm plank to traditional plank. One more time, you can alternate which hand and forearm leads. The next time you're in forearm plank, see if you can hold it. You can lower the knees and take a break if you need to. Hold forearm plank for 3. Reach the heels back, lift the thighs. For 2, For one, everybody bring the knees down and walk your knees in a little bit. Press your forearms down for our second round of dolphin. Again, you can interlace the hands, making more of a triangle. The index fingers pointing forward if your hands are not interlaced. Tuck the toes and find dolphin. You can stay in dolphin. You could just play with lifting one leg and lowering and lifting the other. Or I offer dorsal fin, which is a very fun balance pose. I fell out the first few times I tried it, but it's the same action we've been doing with some other poses. So you'll walk your feet a little wider. You can watch me if you'd like. You'll angle your left hand towards the center. You'll reach your right hand behind your back. Left leg is going to lift, right leg stays down. Bend and scorpion that dog, or scorpion your dolphin. Reach back for your foot, kicking your foot into your hand. Your right leg and your heel have to reach back and stay straight. Otherwise, you kind of fall out. You can try the other side. So right hand down, left hand up, right leg lifts. It's a very tricky pose. You can just watch me, or you can play with it. And when you're ready, everybody start to make your way to Sphinx pose on your mat, bringing your knees down, your thighs down, forearms down, and heart pulls through. One more big breath here. And then let the belly and the forehead come all the way down, belly down Shavasana, bumping out the hips a little bit. And then prepare for cat opener pose. So you can have your arms wide like a T, or I prefer to have a little cactus arms. Roll your chest, roll over to your right side. So your left chest lifts. You bend your left knee like a scorpion and reach that toe behind you. The weight comes into your right ear, looking left. Start to roll back to your belly. Look to your right, left ear down, bend your right heel or your right knee, heel towards glute, and then roll onto the left side of the body to kick that right foot behind you. Slowly roll all the way back to the belly and take 2 more breaths in stillness here. You can stay right here for even longer, or you can come with me for the last standing sequence of the practice, and it's not very long. Press the palms together, downward facing dog if you're ready. From down dog, right leg high, high lunge. Actually, runner's lunge, sorry. Hands down, runner's lunge. And hover your fingertips. Stretch your arms away from you. Lift the chest off the thighs. And now rise into warrior 3 with that arm variation. Reach the crown of head forward, reach the left heel back. Start to turn your left toes to the left. Open up your left hip. Tilt your right hand down, left hand up, entering half moon. A different way of getting into balancing half moon, stacking shoulders. You could go to a wall and practice this on a wall. Maybe you bend your left knee and find candy cane pose here, a final vine of the practice. If you fall out, you have time to come back in. Maybe hovering your right fingertips. 3, or 2, if you have the bind, release it. Everybody forward fold at the top of the mat. Any forward fold, a ragdoll, pedal the knees, hands behind the head, hands behind the back. And then take a half lift, lengthen the spine. Plant the palms, step back, dog, or vinyasa. Left leg steps forward into your runner's lunge, so keep the hands down. And then tap the fingers and hover the fingers, getting really strong through the legs. Draw your legs towards each other and stretch your arms away from each other. Long spine. Launch into warrior 3 variation. Lift the right heel higher. And then start to tilt. Left hand down, right hand up. Open up the chest, stacking shoulders and hips. Turning the toes to the right. Half moon. Maybe your right knee bends and you grab the ankle. Softening in the face. You've got it. Last bit of balance for 3, 2, and find a forward fold. Maybe gorilla pose, standing on your palms. Let that go. Maybe a flutter of the lips. Lion's breath, audible exhale. And then half lift, neutralize the spine. Plant the palms. Step back, plank. Your final flow of practice. You're into your final down dog of practice. From down dog, look into your hands, walk or gently hop forward and roll back. Grabbing your strap. And then all the way onto your back. Let the left leg be long. Bring your right leg to the sky, putting your foot into the strap for some hamstring stretching. Head, neck, and shoulders supported by the mat. You control how intense the stretch is. Bring the strap across the body to the left, into the left hand. And then going through center, pass it to the right hand and bring it out wide. Inhale to center, bend the knee, half happy baby with the strap, or just move the strap to the side. And then draw the left knee up, release the grip of the hand, cross the right thigh over the left. Lift the chest and shoulders enough to grab for opposite shins. You're just reaching forward, but it's opposite because your legs are crossed, or ankles or feet. And then see if you can bring your head and neck and chest or back to the ground as you pull. We did this seated knee pile, pull your feet away from each other. Pretty intense, just one more breath, inhale. Exhale, release, bicycle the legs out a little bit, shake them out. And now we take all of that on the other side, so let the right leg be heavy, and with the strap, left leg to the sky. Take it over, across the body towards the right. Then come up through center, over to your left. Come back to the middle and bend the left knee. Grab onto the outside edge of the left foot. Left knee towards the rib cage. Right hand can coax the right hip down. Half happy baby. Bring the right knee up towards the chest. And bring the left thigh over the right thigh. So your knees are crossed, your legs are crossed. Bring your feet away from each other. Lift up to grab on and then lower back down. Pull the legs away from each other. Exhale, let it go. Move the legs around, pedal them away, and then find your final full happy baby. 2 feet to the ceiling, hands to the feet. Massage the sacrum, last bit of movement. Whenever you feel ready, slide into your restful Shavasana to integrate all the benefits of the practice in our practice of stillness. Maybe finding feet up the wall or legs long or butterfly pose. And you close the eyes. Remain here for a few minutes and I'll guide you out. It is not survival of the fittest, it is survival of the nurtured. Luis Cozolino. Or to deepen the breath and consider if you'd like to lay in Shavasana longer, or if you'd like to move on your morning, your evening, your afternoon by wiggling fingers and toes, maybe taking a full body stretch or giving yourself a loving embrace. And then eventually rolling to the side over the course of the next few breaths, pushing yourself up to a comfortable seat. From your seat, sit tall. Notice how your vertebra supports you now. Pull the shoulders down the back. Maybe hands to heart if that resonates. Exhale completely. Inhale, fill up. And give it back. Beautiful practice. Thank you. Thank you.